Hey there YouTube, AJ here, and I'm back skating again. You may or may not know it, but I haven't skated in, I don't know, 6 or 7 weeks now, maybe even more, I'm not sure. I had to have surgery on a toe. I had an injury about 1.5 years ago, and after that injury, my foot has been slow to recover, and then I had some issues and ended up getting a cyst in one of my toe joints. And had to have that removed, which has pretty much kept me from doing anything active for quite some time now. So today we're going to find out, one, can I still skate? I don't know, I'm having trouble just trying to skate around and warm up. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little more skating around warming up, and then I think what I'm going to do is go through some of my tricks that I used to do and be able to do halfway consistently, like, you know, and talk about each of them, see how I do. So when you're an older person learning to skate like myself, I guess some setbacks have got to be expected. Still doesn't change things. I might try to talk about like some of the things that it's affected me here. Anyway, let's get warmed up and then we'll get into it. We'll start trying some tricks that I used to do. We'll see how much I've lost. I normally start warming up with monster walks and end overs, and let's just see if I can still do any of those. Oh my God, that's not good. All right, that was better. But monster walks aren't the best. Okay, that was a little better on the second try there, but monster walks still aren't the greatest. They never were perfect, but they were, I think I could do them a little better than that. All right, let's see what I can do with some end overs. All right, not the smoothest, but did do some there on the front side. Now let's try some backside ones. All right, so the backsides were better. Not great, but better. That's normally the one I have more trouble with, which is interesting. First things first, being off the board for so long, the board is really awkward feeling to me right now. I'm having trouble just feeling my feet placement, my balance, everything, which I guess is to be expected, but it's still disappointing that I could lose so much that quick. The next thing is, I can already tell my cardio is shot. I'm struggling. It's a really hot day, and yeah, it's hard to breathe. So let's move on. Let's do some regular shove-its. And for me, regular shove-its are maybe a 50% of the time trick before my injury. So let's see how much I've lost on that. Almost the first one. Come on. Oh, there's one. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do 5 of each of the tricks, trying to assess myself. So on this first one here, regular shove-its, I probably made 50% of my lands on those before. And I just got 1 out of 5, so we're talking, that's only 20%, assuming I could do another 1 out of 5. So that's not good. Moving on to the next one, we're going to do fakie shoves, which that was actually a pretty high percentage land for me in the past. I could probably get 80% of those. Hey, first try. Got it. I did land that one, but I hit my box over here, caught the edge of it, that knocked me off, but it still counts because I landed it. I would have rolled away if I hadn't hit that. Oh, that was horrible. Come on. Well, there we go, 3. All right, so 3 out of 5 on fakie shoves, 60%. Still lost a little bit, I think, but I think I can get that one back pretty easy. Let's go with, I guess we'll try switch, which I've never been good on. Oh, well, got feet on the board. Hey, all right. All right, so switch. I might have improved a little bit, like maybe taking some time off helped that trick. I don't know. Because I actually landed one in my first 5 tries, which is not usual at all for me. And I think 3 out of the other 5 tries, both feet landed on the board. And so that actually went better than I expected. Okay, let's go for nollies. That's normally was a little better than switch for me. So we'll see if I can land a nollie. Oh God, I can't even get that to spin. Okay. Alright, so maybe the switch land was just pure luck. Nollies felt horribly awkward for some reason. I just couldn't get that at all. Okay, so let's try pop shoves. Pop shoves are another low percentage trick for me, 30% maybe. I just have a hard time getting the tail to actually pop for some reason with pop shoves. So let's try that. Man. Alright, I don't know what to call that one. I didn't actually pop the tail. I did get it up in the air all the way, and then I had my back foot did drag some toe, so I don't know if I gained or lost on that one. I don't know if that was just as crappy as before. Definitely didn't gain. Let's try some front pop shoves, which I was actually gaining on before my surgery. I was actually popping the board and landing a lot with both feet on the board. I was just not sticking it. I would only land a few here and there. Alright, so maybe I lost a little on those too because I couldn't get both feet on the board. But we'll see. Alright, before we move on to front side, backside 180s, let's do a little bit of ollie practice because I haven't ollied in a long time either. So we're going to start with try to get 5 ollies over the board here. We'll see how many I get out of 5 attempts. And then same thing on the box. 5 up onto the box. See if we can do that. Okay, so my GoPro suffered heat stroke, so I'm not sure how many of those attempts I'll get on film, but I think I cleared the board twice on good ollies and clipped on 2 and didn't land 1 out of 5. Over here on the box, I got up onto the box 3 times, got off of it 2 out of those 3 times without screwing up, and then I hung up twice going up. So those are some ollies. Let's try some front side 180s. I used to be able to land this trick fairly consistently, at least 50% of the time. Let's go. All right. Since I'm already down here, that was a pretty good slam. Obviously you saw I landed it and shot out. Hit my wrist pretty hard. Touched my helmet a bit, just to the concrete in my nose a bit, so that was a pretty close one. Anyway, this brings us to a point. When you've been off for a while, you should try to ease back into it. Don't rush it. That said, I'm still going to try for a couple more of these. Oh! There we go, there's one. Almost. One land, 3 almost lands, 1 slam, 1 miss. I mean, I kind of scared the commit out of me on that first one, I guess. Yeah, it used to be one of my go-tos. I threw that trick out quite a bit. I could land it like 50% of the time. So, all right, so I was never so good at backside 180s. I'm talking maybe 1 in 10 I would land. So let's try backside 180s real quick. That was nowhere near. Hey, that kind of counts for me. Alright, so obviously those backside 180s weren't great. However, I did land one, and I did not drag toes. I was barely moving, didn't quite get it all the way around, but in a game of skate on defense, I would have taken it. So, I'm still stuck at those. I don't know if I have any improvement or worseness at that, so we'll just leave that one be. All right, let's do a couple of what I call fun tricks. We're gonna do strawberry milkshakes, which I used to land 30–40% of those, and no comply 180s, which I don't know when the last time I tried that was, but we're gonna do a little rest with those before we move on to something else. Alright, so those are obvious fails. They sucked. Let's go with the last couple things here. We're going to start involving some obstacles, see if I've lost anything there. Alright, let's first see if I can still drop in. Alright, so I can still drop in, at least on this thing. We'll see how that goes when I get to a skate park. I have to drop in on some bigger stuff. But for now, let's try fakie drop in, which I had just started learning right before I had my surgery. So, yeah, I'm not sure about this one. I'm sorry, not fakie drop in, switch drop in. All right, so switch was definitely sketchier. Missed one, but did it. Let's try some rock to fakies. That was a fail. Alright, so that definitely got off to a rocky start, but I did come back and land those. Land 3 of them. One, I even got a little tail heavy on my way down, and I ended up in a fakie manual. And then once I got into that fakie manual, I tried to hold it there, and I actually did hold it for, I don't know, 2–3 feet. So that was pretty cool. Anyway, so back to rocky starts. Let's go rock and rolls. Hey, all right. So I got myself 2 out of 3 on rock and rolls. I don't know if that's too much worse than normal for me though. All right, I do have a couple more tricks on the quarter pipe that I used to do. Try to get into axle stall and feeble stall. Those take a lot of commitment, and I'm almost out of time, so I don't think I can do those right now. I also wanted to get to grinding on my rail, my box, and possibly nose slappy, or slappy nose slide, whatever. But before I even attempt to do those, I'm going to give myself 5 attempts at a kickflip. It's been a long time since I've hit a kickflip. I don't have a lot of faith in this one, guys. Alright, so those kickflips just aren't happening. I'm too tired. Things are going south quick here. So I'm going to call that. Maybe we'll do another session on a couple other tricks I didn't get to.